Hello, this is Dr. Liv with New Insight, and thank you for joining me in another video. The title of today's video is Why You Shouldn't Contact the Other Person. Let's get right into the discussion. Number one, the essence of the relationship was established by two people, you and your partner. So the essence of a relationship is defined solely by the two people involved. In other words, once you meet, date, and establish a relationship with someone, the boundaries, expectations, and overall dynamic are between you and the partner alone. Even if one or both of you have connections or involvement with others outside of the relationship, the core of your relationship is the mutual understanding, needs, and agreements that you two share. Number two, why you shouldn't contact the other person. The other person, regardless if they knew about you or not, by nature will prioritize his or her own self-interest and best interest. And regardless of their intent, that self-interest can quickly overshadow their good intentions if they have any. Even if they feel bad for you, at the end of the day, human nature, they are looking out for their own wants, needs, and desires. Number three, the more you stay in contact with the other person, the more he or she is getting information that can be used to manipulate you. Basically, you're giving them ammunition every time you have an exchange of any kind with them. It doesn't matter how little you share, just the fact that the person has access to you, is hearing from you, and coming into your experience with your girlfriend or boyfriend, husband or wife. They are able to gather factual information to manipulate and use in a way that benefits them. Number four, why you shouldn't contact the other person. The other person could be flat out lying and manipulating you. People can make just about anything sound good. And you have to be wise enough to do your due diligence using wisdom and discernment to make wise decisions about how to proceed when you learn that you're not the only one your partner is dealing with. Number five, when you stay in contact with the other person or contact the other person, it causes more unanswered questions and confusion. The more questions you ask, the more you will have. And nothing will ever make sense, and you'll get so distracted and lost, hyper-focusing on the situation, that it will cloud your mind and your judgment. You can't think rationally about what's really important and what you really need to be focused on or doing. And all of this creates anxiety and stress, causing further harm to you physically, mentally, and emotionally. Number six, why you shouldn't contact the other person. You become jealous and start comparing yourself and your relationship to the other person and what they have or have done with your partner. And this causes you to develop insecurities or makes existing insecurities worse. And then you start overcompensating to, quote unquote, fight for your man or fight for your woman and to, quote unquote, save the relationship. You start competing with the other person. And even if you're not jealous of the person per se, it's natural and normal to feel jealousy just over the fact that this person has been with your partner and that your partner has been entertaining this person. And all the while you're jumping through hoops and hurdles and playing detective and overcompensating. Your partner is getting the best of both worlds, if you will, while you're getting the short end of the stick, which is lied to, manipulated, used, abused, and played. Number seven, why you shouldn't be in contact with the other person. What's the point? Now, there are times when by accident, you and the other person may come face to face and you may feel the need to confront the person. Even with this confrontation, I'm not condoning aggression or violence. By confrontation, I mean you feel compelled to ask questions and get answers. I'm referring to seeking the person out to make contact and contacting the person on a regular basis. This should definitely not be the case. You're only wrecking your nerves and wasting your time. And please don't ever think this person is your friend or that you both have formed an understanding and you're both on the same page. This is delusional thinking, very self-sabotaging, very high risk, and very unwise. You're only fooling yourself thinking you're in control of the situation or that you're winning, because in reality you are not. Triangulation. The more you contact the other person, the greater or higher the risk for triangulation. Then it becomes the norm that you and the other person are sharing the same partner, even when you know this isn't what you really want to do. You start feeling helpless and hopeless, defeated about your partner being faithful to you and doing right by you. So you give in. As the phrase says, if you can't beat them, join them. And then this is how you disrespect, devalue, and discard yourself and your morals, values, and standards. And then the toxic and dysfunctional dynamic worsens. Number 8, contacting the other person causes you to form bad habits, including thought rumination and other maladaptive behaviors. For example, you'll get in the habit of trying to police, micromanage, and control your partner. And even if you did accomplish this, what type of relationship would this be? What would you really have? What type of relationship security would this be? Also, anytime you're in any arrangement, relationship, situationship, under a lie or false pretense, anytime you have to hide, duck, and dodge and sneak around to be with someone, and anytime your someone also has you, plus her, and her, or plus him, and him, you are never winning. So don't look to the other person for answers. Don't contact the other person. Talk to your partner. You and your partner established a relationship. And if he or she doesn't give you what you need, and you have tried to talk, to compromise, to reach a solution, and there is constant neglect, dismissal, disrespect, and invalidation of your feelings, then you need to end this type of situation and just let them have it. What's the alternative? The alternative is remaining in a relationship with someone who continues to lie, cheat, abuse, disrespect, and devalue you. And eventually you end up disrespecting, devaluing, and abandoning yourself, compromising your boundaries and standards for the sake of a relationship and for the sake of a person who has repeatedly shown you that they will not change. Also, if you and your partner are both involved in a situation, in essence, you're both cheating. This is also very risky and very dangerous, especially in the world we live in today. Eventually, ego and emotions will take over. Attachments will form. People will become jealous or controlling, overstepping boundaries, and this can easily escalate to an out-of-control situation. And if you have children and marriages involved, this is even more risky and dangerous. This can break up your marriage and family, cause disconnect and discord between you and your children, as well as mental and emotional stress for your children. And all of this is a negative consequence of grown people's or adults' poor decision making. So be wise, make good decisions, love yourself, get out of any or end any toxic or abusive relationship, and please do not contact the other person. I hope this helps. Please leave your thoughts and comments down below, and we will talk soon.